from New York. Ebro in the morning on Hot 97.
Ladies and gentlemen, fresh off of another impressive, I think maybe her most impressive victory, Joanna Jedrzejczyk, Joanna champion. How was that?
That's much better.
That was pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, how bad was Jedrzejczyk? You say it.
Jedrzejczyk.
That first sound isn't in English.
Yeah.
Jedrzejczyk?
Jedrzejczyk, yeah.
Jedrzejczyk.
Yeah.
All right,
Joanna just looked at you. Okay, all right, let me see how he's
I
going to
know.
push it.
I tried. I really thought I got good at it.
And still forever, so.
Okay, first of all, congratulations. An awesome win over Jessica Andrade a couple weeks ago. I thought it was the best fight I've seen from you because she came out like such a pit bull. For layman's, I think it was sort of like Ronda Rousey-esque. She really, it's all attack right away. You took one really good shot on your, right just above your eyebrow and lumped up really bad. And then it seems like you instantly adjusted. Did you have a moment where you were like, oh, she's going to keep coming at me, so I'm going to change my style up a little bit? 'Cause that's what it seemed like you did.
It was amazing fight. We put on such a great work, me and my new team, because I moved to ATT September last year, so it was second camp with them. But we were ready for that, Before the fight, people were saying, "Oh, Jessica Andrade, she's a big deal. She's coming for Joanna's belt and for victory." But I was like, okay, I will let her try to do this, And I knew that. She's like a pit bull, I respect her so much, and she's very dangerous fighter. But train hard and fight easy, and this is what I did because I expected Jessica in the best shape ever. She was very strong, of course. Her punches were strong, like you said. She landed few punches.
Did the knot hurt?
No, it was actually not that hard. The punches were not that hard as I expected that, but the gloves are very small, so she hit me with her knuckles. You say?
Yeah, with her knuckles. Yeah.
So that's why I had a big bump on my forehead, but few bruises and everything is good. So it was not a dip, So.
It's very interesting because I could just imagine, okay, because I think you're so amazing and you're so brave and just the way the whole thing plans out. But in the moment, right? Do you actually even feel it because your adrenaline is so high and you're so pumped up? Do you even really, does it sink into afterwards, or I just couldn't imagine how that feels?
No, I felt I had something on my face, on my forehead, and I felt like it was swollen more and more with every round. But the cutman was there between the rounds, so he put the cold iron, and it was okay. Just. I had to wear my shades for last few days.
Yeah.
I spent a vacation with my fiance, my sister, and her husband, and for 20 hours a day, I had to wear my sunglasses.
Where did you guys go on vacation?
Oh, we spent some time in Miami. So I live in Florida, but I live 40 minutes from Miami. Okay. So it was really nice to go there and spend some time.
And just
nice
hung out on the
resorts.
beach and
Chill
relaxed.
out.
I stayed just at the hotel. We
at the
had
pool.
really nice hotel, nice pool, beach, and it was very nice.
And no working out. Did you take the week off?
No, actually, I went for a run two times, but I felt like grandma. Last week, I had amazing fight. I was preparing for this fight for 3 months, so I was in really good shape. And few days after the fight, you feel like you are a turtle, You're so slow and you're lazy, but it's nice. It's time to
you gotta
slow down.
Yeah, your body's healing. You just went through a huge fight.
So now it's time to slow down and be slow.
So before the fight, the word was that Dana said that Thug Rose Namajunas would likely.
That he gonna give me more money?
I don't know. You tell me.
Yes.
So wait, is that the fight that you would like to have?
With who?
With Rose?
I don't know. Who's next? This is my question, Who's next? I know mine. Who's going to be my next opponent? And I keep on proving that I'm simply the best. And there is only one strawweight champion in the UFC. I am the queen. I call myself queen of the
You like that
strawweight
talk?
division. Yes! Because if people will say to me or tell me oh, the next one is coming for you, the last 5 of them were coming for my belt, and here we go, and still,
Is there any chance that your weight could ever fluctuate? You can't go up, can you?
Actually, I can. What happened? We are going to have 125 division.
Right, there's gonna be a
flyweight
Flyweight,
division.
right.
Yeah, next year probably. The trials are today in Vegas, so we will have the Ultimate Fighter with the flyweights, and probably we need like from 8 to 12 months to get the champion. And next year probably I will move to the
Flyweight.
flyweight.
And then is there a chance that, like, for example, if you were to go to flyweight,
I wanna be a female Conor McGregor, and I wanna hold two belts in two different divisions.
see, I would love that. And I would think maybe there's a chance then that there's like even a bantamweight on the lighter side who could come down and meet you at fly.
There is so many bantamweights. There is so many like light girls. Jessica Andrade, she was fighting in 135 division before she became a strawweight fighter. So that's why she was so dangerous in our last fight. Because,
Let's keep it real though.
yeah.
If there weren't weight divisions, do you think you could beat the asses of the girls in the bantamweight division?
No, they're
They're too
very
big?
strong. Like Ronda's still my hero, but Amanda Nunes, she's very strong. She's my teammate, but she's very strong.
So, and there is a different that weight difference is significant.
It's different, like okay, in the day of the day before the fight, I must be in the limit of 115 pounds. But of course, next day I'm much heavier, and same with the girls from 135.
Right, so
They are
they're
much
even heavier.
Yeah,
Right.
Rosenberg, can we go back a little bit? Because I want to know, I'm just really interested in how it all started. What was it about fighting that you were like, was it something that you did in school? Because I don't know anything about your story.
No, actually, no. I was like very into the sport. Just only. I was like representing my school in different sports.
This is in
So you-
Poland?
Basketball.
Yeah. So you've always been an
volleyball.
athlete.
Yeah, but I was like, but I'm not going to be a professional athlete. I was kind of pumpy that time. But I
You're
was
kind of what?
16, like pumpy, you say?
Like
Plump?
For pumpy,
like
more,
chubby?
like more fat.
Okay.
Yeah. Like plump. Yeah.
How we say this?
I guess plump. Maybe you.
I don't know
Yeah.
if you're trying to say.
I don't know.
So there's chubby.
Yeah.
There's plump.
A little heavier.
There's
You're a little
husky.
heavier.
Little
Yeah.
husky.
So you know what? And one day, a friend of mine was like, "Hey, come join the class. It's very nice. We do like crazy stuff. It's actually Muay Thai boxing, but we do other exercise from different sports." I was like, "Why not?" And I dropped like 20 pounds in 3 months. In 3 months, yeah,
Wow.
actually, yeah. And I was like, I really like this. I like to go there, sweat, get tired, and I like to compete. And the thing is, after 6 months of training, I went for the first competition. I won, and I was like, I like it. I wanna keep on doing this. And it was Muay Thai that time, and I knew that Muay Thai is from Thailand, so I wanted to fly to Thailand, and I went there 6 times. I used to live there. But then I moved to Amsterdam. I used to train with one of the best kickboxers ever, Ernesto Hust. And then I met other people. They asked me to join the MMA, but at the beginning I was like, man, it's so brutal. I don't want to do this, But I was like, I want to challenge myself. So I went to jiu-jitsu for jiu-jitsu classes, wrestling, and it was very difficult. I was like, I never gonna learn jiu-jitsu and wrestling. But actually I was like, hey, calm down, be calm, learn, and enjoy this process. And here we go. After a few years, I became a UFC fighter and the champion.
You also did a number on Andrade's legs throughout the night too. Like
She couldn't walk.
She couldn't walk by the end. So
I saw some video on the internet. Yeah.
She was so basically the whole fight, in between everything else, she's just throwing kicks constantly. So like you're just getting kicks in your calves, in your shins, just the sides of your legs. So by the end, her opponent was like barely able to move her legs at all. And look at the smile on your face just even thinking about it. You did your job that night.
I did my homework.
You had to have felt really good. At no point, you weren't even nervous after the first punch landed, because I hadn't seen you. Had you ever been hurt like that in the first round?
People are like, oh, Joanna's striking is so good, but her wrestling and jiu-jitsu is not so good. But I proved that, in the first minute of the fight, she took me down. She was very strong. Her high crotch takedowns are like, very, very
Well, she
good.
kept going for that, but she was never able to take
But then
advantage
I was
of it.
flying, I was like, okay, take me up, try to take me down, because she was like trying to lift me up and then put me down. I was like, okay, I like to fly, so let's fly, But then I was like sprawling, and she couldn't do anything. But the thing is, like, I brought the fight back to striking because I knew that she was very dangerous. Her guillotine is very strong. So she wanted to take me down and submit me with the guillotine, but we were ready for that.
I feel that, Ronda Rousey is obviously an icon, and she was the first of her kind in terms of the superstardom she reached. I've described her as the first true UFC star of all time. I mean, I think she's an icon beyond being a woman.
Absolutely, yeah.
She was the first true mainstream UFC star. But that being said, I am starting to think that you're sort of like Ronda 2.0, meaning she paved the way.
Yeah.
And now I think that when it comes to being a well-rounded fighter, I think you may be even on a different level than Ronda. Has that even crossed your mind as a possibility?
Oh, Ronda has done so much for us, for female fighters, for all of the UFC fighters and the MMA. She brought UFC to different MMA to different mainstream media, and this is nice, And for me, she's not a champion anymore. She's still a champion, She's an icon, like you said.
Yeah.
But definitely, it's much easier because of her and the UFC, the work.
Do you want, I think that in addition, screw the women's divisions, I think in UFC period, you are one of the best fighters in the world right now. And I just think what I find interesting about you is I love seeing, UFC is different than boxing. When I grew up watching boxers would be like 35-0, whatever. That doesn't happen in UFC. People will lose. People do eventually lose. It is very difficult. Not you so far. But what I love about you is that when you get challenged in different ways, you have different styles and different approaches. And I think you have a chance to be really, really an all-time great. Is that something that you've started to think about, like building a legacy like that? Or do you just look like, I'm going to try to go win the next fight and get money?
No, I'm trying to be more smart with every fight, and I challenge myself every day, and I learn new things every day. That's why I moved to ATT. That's why I changed my doctor, my nutritionist, and it's all about me, I want to work with the best people in the business because I know I will be better fighter, better human every day. So that's the thing. But with every camp, I'm focused on what I can do better. We know the weaknesses of my opponents, but the thing is, we are not focused on that. We are ready. We want to be ready for anything, but we focus on what we can do better, and we want to keep on proving that we are the best team.
Do we know who your fiance is?
I don't know.
Is your fiance a known entity, a fighter?
No, he's not a fighter.
And how does he deal with fight days for you?
Very good.
Yeah?
He's good with that,
Like what?
He used to play soccer, so
Okay, so he's an athlete, so he knows what
he knows.
He's Polish?
He is.
And he doesn't get scared?
He gets nervous.
Right?
Very nervous. Very nervous.
What do you?
But I'm happy that they are around. Actually, my fiance, my sister, and my brother-in-law, and my cousin. They came to Dallas 3 days before the fight, and it's nice. I don't want them to see me like during the weight cut, during the weigh-ins and the fight. But I like to see them actually. Before
Right
They're
before.
supporting you,
right
right?
before the fight, I look at the audience, and I always want to
How
see
close?
them.
How close are they when are they right by the
Very
cage?
close. Yeah.
And do you ever see them during the fight when you're in the cage?
Yes. Between the rounds.
You look over and see them there?
Yeah.
What are you thinking? Tell us, take us through that. I'm always wondering when a fighter's in the middle of a serious fight, what are you thinking about? How well do you hear your trainers talking to you? How aware are you of the crowd?
Important. It's very important. It's a good tool. Yeah, you say.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a good tool to hear your coaches.
Because you want to stay focused
yes,
and in the
we
moment.
are like robots. You cannot like turn your head, look at your coaches, and listen to them. You must listen to them and do what they want you to do. Right away. You hear and you throw punches, combos, or kicks. Because it's all about trust. So
I just
it's
always
very
think it would be
important.
so hard to concentrate. Like when
But
there's
that's what makes her a master at her
I
craft.
know.
You know what I mean? Because listen, you're bleeding. You can't feel certain parts of your body, and you're trusting your coach to kind of guide you because he's your eyes when your eyes can't see.
Yeah.
It's pretty ill. If
They
you think
can
about
see
it.
more. They can see more.
Have you gotten to have any cool like people, celebrities or anyone start to talk about you and maybe reach out and be like, "This chick's awesome." Have you had that experience?
Yes, few times. Actually, last time I wished good luck to The Rock because of the movie Baywatch.
Baywatch?
Baywatch, and
yeah.
he was like, "Oh, she's super cool because I like her. I love how violent she is." You know? I was like, "Oops." Of
That's
course,
pretty
just in
awesome.
the cage. But it was very nice. You know, I was very excited when I met Justin Timberlake because I'm big fan of Justin, and I met him at UFC 200 last year.
And he
It
was a fan?
July. He's a big UFC fan, so it's very nice. Leonardo DiCaprio, and what I like about him, he never like go through the PR people, and he never like fill out the paperwork to come to the venues. He always
just buys tickets.
buys
Yeah,
tickets.
and just goes
He
and
put the
supports.
hat on
And just comes.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
That is
He's
Cool.
incognito and he's really fun. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so how often are you in Poland?
Oh, not so often.
Not
but
so-
I fly tonight, so I'm very happy.
To Poland?
excited.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
I hit some media today. I'm very excited to meet you guys, and at 10 I fly to Poland.
And what do you think it's going to be like? When was the last time you were there?
2 months ago, more than 2 months ago,
And
two and
what's
a half.
how famous are you in Poland? How much do they know you?
I just spoke to my fiance this morning, and my cousin, who is doing my PR in Poland, he just showed him my schedule, and he was like, "Joanna, I saw you for the last few days in Dallas and Miami, but I'm not happy because I saw your schedule and it's pretty busy. So you are planning to spend like 5 weeks in Poland, but actually you're gonna be home like for a week or two because it's crazy, you know. Media, the sponsors, they all want to see me. They all want me to be part of some projects.
Right,
So
right,
it's
right.
very good because I'm still a champion because during the camp, during the preparations, I'm very focused on my training, you know. There is no option that I will do some photo shoots, some commercials, or some media, you know. And now it's time for this. So I will enjoy this.
to do press and remind
Yes.
people who you are. And I mean, you have a lovely and entertaining personality. So you got to go out and,
Yeah.
listen, if Ronda and Connor and those people have taught anything, it is about understanding how to push your brand. It's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, it
awesome.
is.
You have to be amazing in the ring, but if you want to make the big bucks one day, it's not just in the ring. It's about doing everything.
Yeah, you have to. How does your family feel about you fighting? Are they super
They're very
supportive?
happy. Yeah, yes, they are. You know, they are big part of my team, of my success. I could not be here without my family. They went through everything with me, and this is nice. You know, we started from the beginning, and we reached the top.
So awesome.
Yeah, it's a very, very cool story. So you don't have a date yet. You don't have any. When do you think you'll be back?
Actually, at the end of June, I might be back to the US. I wanna fly to LA, talk to a few agents. We'll see. I work with WME and IMG with the new UFC owners, but they are very into the PR and media in
The other
US.
side, yeah.
Pretty soon we're gonna see movie cameos.
I
So
This is
we
the-
will see.
this
I
is
will
what I
try.
want.
I want to work on my English and my accent more. Even I met Adriana Lima last time. She's a big fan of the UFC. She's a friend of mine, and actually it's nice because she will host a new TV program with the modeling program, and it was nice. And she's like, "Oh, I must work on my accent, on my English." I was like, maybe I should do this. You know? No, I know how important it is. You know, when
Yeah,
you want
yeah.
to work with the media and TV or be part of some movies.
But Laura,
It's
don't you
very
think-
important.
It's pretty
But I
good.
think I can play some bad chick with some Eastern European accent. You
Right,
know?
right. I can see it happening, and not for nothing, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I think because you have a great personality too, that you shine.
I sort of like. Here's the thing. America's funny because in one sense everyone wants you to be able to speak perfect
Yeah.
English, but in the other sense
So it's so many people, you know.
but people hold their accent.
Yeah.
Look at Sofia Vergara though.
Yeah.
Like there are actors who hold their accents for a very long time because I'm not gonna lie, I think that you're in a very scary, brutal sport. And you have a very sweet and charming accent. So I think it sort of works.
Is it?
I think it sort of works.
Yeah,
Don't you think so,
cool.
Laura?
Absolutely.
Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't work on it for acting purposes, but for interviews, I think you having the accent you have adds to your appeal.
Okay.
I think so. I think
just
it makes
don't
you
lose it
disarming.
completely, okay?
Yeah,
Don't lose
yeah.
it
I will not.
completely.
I will not.
I mean, and also, we don't want the Polish community to shun you and say, "Oh, what happened to her accent? She's not really Polish."
She's not Polish anymore.
Okay, where do you go to get Polish food in New York?
I don't know. Actually, yes, last night I supposed to go to Can I say the brand? To J.G. Melon. I heard the burgers are good.
To where?
J.G. Melon. Is good.
Where's that?
Where is
Someone
it?
told me that the best burgers are at J.G. Melon.
I don't know. We're gonna have to look that up.
How do you
I'm not
spell
sure.
it? What? How do you spell it?
J.G.
J.G.
Melon.
Melon?
Sorry, J.G.
Melon.
Melon.
I've never been to J.G. Melon.
J.G. Melon.
How do
It's
we
in the-
not know about
it
this?
good?
I don't know. Someone said that's
I
the
have-
best burger?
Yeah, and even
Wow.
like my coach said to me when I fought in New York last time in October. No, it was November. He was like, "Yeah, we must go and have J.G. Melon, you know, J.G. Melon." I was like, "What's that?" And he was like, "The best burgers in New York, but they don't care who you are. You must stay in line
I'm
and
sure.
wait
No matter
for
what.
20, 30 minutes."
A lot of these spots
But
are like
actually,
that too.
the social media manager saw that I followed them, and he was like, "Oh, anytime, contact us and come." I was
So
like,
she has
You
balls.
see, I can go there, and I will get the table right
Give me
there.
a
you know?
burger right now.
Right
Okay,
now.
I'll tell you right now. I think you should have. You should go to Burger Joint at some point.
Okay.
Burger Joint's really good. You should. I think.
Excellent.
I think Corner Bistro is an amazing burger.
Joints?
Yeah, the
Burger
Burger
Joint.
Joint.
It's in the Parker.
Joint.
It's in the Parker
But
Meridian
hey,
Hotel.
guys, I'm under the USADA, you know, anti-doping.
That's okay. You
agency.
can still have it.
Okay.
That kind of joint. Burger Joint, Corner Bistro. It took me a second. That's a great burger.
Burger Joint is my fave.
That's just
Really?
well, Burger Joint is a great burger, but it's also the scene because it's inside a fancy hotel,
Yeah, but I don't
and you
care
have to
about
like.
that.
But it's fun. It
Yeah,
does make
yeah,
it
yeah.
fun. You got to kind of like. It's on 57th Street. You'd like it. Her name is Joanna Champion. I will not try to say her last name again.
Come on.
Jedrzejczyk. Jedrzejczyk.
We have a fight.
Hold on. Try it again. Try it again.
Joanna Jedrzejczyk.
Jedrzejczyk.
Almost.
Joanna Jedrzejczyk.
You are getting better.
How can that not be it? So you think we'll see you in the UFC octagon before the end of the year again?
Actually, I want to fight the Madison Square Garden again, so I will see you guys around very soon.
So very soon.
Sounds good.
Could it be against Rose Namajunas?
I don't know. I don't care really who is going to be my next opponent.
Do you think she's good?
I think she's good. There is no easy fights in the UFC. You know, the UFC is simply the best MMA organization in the world, and there is no easy fights. And every fight is going to be more difficult because I won my belt 2 years ago, and they have time to prepare for me. You know, so if I will know about the fight, I will know like 6, 8 to 12 weeks before. But now, like Rose or other fighters, they can prepare. You know, they
For
can
you, they
watch
can
me
have-
every day.
Right.
You know.
There,
So, that's
there
the
she
thing.
is, Joanna Champion. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, guys.
All right, bye.